Hey, everybody, welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 472 for September 8th. This to end September 8th. Our show notes have every connotation
I don't know
available.
who did that.
Yeah, I don't know, Adriel. So September 8th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly.
I'm Adriel.
And I'm Kyle.
Hey, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on. I heard that the past couple episodes, they were awesome, by the way. Really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
You heard that we're mentioning that you were selling Girl Guide cookies?
Yep.
Okay,
I heard that.
So you did listen. Okay.
I did listen.
Mm-hmm.
I listened so not last Thursday, but this Thursday before, I was sitting at Tracy's place. Literally just got there as the show started. But that's what we did in Guns. I'm going to talk about that. And last week, I was doing more things with the women's CCFR calendar, so I wasn't able to participate. And so I'm finally here this week. I've missed you all. So, yeah.
I missed you too.
There's been some changes since I've actually... since I've been gone, we've made some changes to the show, too, it looks like.
While Mother's away, the children will play.
It's a shitstorm. I knew that what we were going to do with this, so we're looking for some new show sponsors, it looks like, as well. Why don't you actually, if you're interested, or if your company is interested in sponsoring Slamfire Radio, just to let you know that we have about 10,000 viewers, listeners, unique downloads, different things through the various podcasting applications, as well as YouTube and Facebook, etc. We can...
No one calls them applications. They call them apps in the 2020s.
I'm so freaking old, aren't I? On the interwebs and surfing. What are some other old school terms for the internet?
Cyberweb.
Cyberweb, right. Mm-hmm. If you would like to go to MySpace hey, hello.
The www. The www part is for the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Dot matrix computers or printers, sorry.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I remember. Never mind. So if you'd like to actually join our team and support the show, let us know. You can send us email at slamfireradio@gmail.com. We'll reach out to some of our previous sponsors as well. And I think we have a couple more that are going to be coming on soon. So it's going to be exciting. Why don't we get into what we did in Guns? What we did in Guns this week is not sponsored by anybody yet. So, Adriel, why don't we do that?
Do what? Sponsor? You want me to talk about?
No, I want you to talk about what you did in Guns.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what? It was about to roll right off my tongue, and I went, nope.
Nope.
You don't. Nope.
We do whatever we want to now.
It's been 7 years that we've been doing this. No. How long have we been on? Adriel, it's been 5, correct?
I was there 3,000 years ago. Indeed. Hey, Nate.
It's like muscle memory. It's automatic.
Mm-hmm. It's good, though.
Okay, let me talk about it.
I did some stuff in Guns. So the first thing that happened is Maple Seed sent some like loaner rifles to me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I was joking. I'm like, that's actually a perfect cover because I've got like a bunch of guns coming, and I need some cover. Oh, Mark got some too. He got a 12 and a 20. Okay, Mark, I'll compete with you if that's what we're gonna do. There's my 12. So it's got the rail on there. It's got a red dot, and it's got a 20-inch barrel. Now it did have an extended turkey extra full choke on.
Really?
I removed it because I'm going to shoot a slug through it, and it would probably kill the barrel if I did that with a slug. Some cool things about it, just the portability of it is so good. It packs way down, and really like that. Something I didn't realize when I bought it is let me get some extra light on the situation. This rail, it's plastic.
Oh, that's why
really?
It's cheap.
Bad.
Yeah, it's not going to hold anything.
One piece of plastic makes the entire gun cheap. Yeah.
Rails should, okay. A plastic rail on a 22. Okay, fine. On a turkey gun, you got to be kidding me. Come on. And it looks like it's Picatinny rail. It's not Picatinny rail. It won't fit. Like I have a primary arms 1X scope, and it only fits on Picatinny rails, and it does not fit on this rail because this is not to spec. So I had to put a red dot on there. I hope the rail holds 0, and I guess I'll find out if it holds 0. But otherwise, for $150, sure, why not? It's I think that's good for the 12. This is the cutest one. This is the 410.
It's
Look how small that-
tiny.
It's got a 14-inch barrel. Boop.
Nice.
It practically fits on screen. And it's got like a little bit of a gutter on the back of the receiver and then a bead up front. So you just sight down into the gutter and that is your sighting solution. So no rib or anything like that, just gutter and bead. And 410. I would say that the triggers are surprisingly not garbage. I was expecting just like pure hot garbage for them, but they are. There's no creep. There's no creep on them at all.
Nothing.
No. So that was pretty all right. The cheapest shotguns they had were the 20 gauges. And that's for a reason, because the barrel is huge on them. These use a 26-inch barrel, I'm pretty sure. And it is not nearly as portable as the other one. So I think that like this kind of thing is ideal for a 20-inch, which goes right about there. This is a bit long, but lightweight and also pretty okay trigger.
I'm just noticing something. Do they have the molded cheek pad on both sides of that stock?
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
They do.
That's
have
a good
molded
thought.
pad on both sides. Yep. So it's a full ambi. I guess you'd if you're a lefty though, you'd have to press the safety in the wrong direction. But as a lefty, you're probably used to making things
Doing everything wrong.
for a world that's not made for you. That's just all part of it. I got a bunch of the 12 gauge. If any of you have any of the other Turk shit shotguns, as they're lovingly called,
Turk shit?
yeah, Turk shit, yeah.
It's hyphenated, correct?
Yes, I believe it is like
Okay.
a marriage of two things, so it should be hyphenated. Yeah, they'll take the same chokes. So I have some chokes from my Pardis shotgun, and they fit just fine in this in this 12 gauge. So I was able to take out the gigantic turkey choke and put in something that's going to be able to run slugs. So if you are so curious, your curiosity should be sated. And then I was like, okay, I got a 22 off Mars Star like well over 2 months ago. So I'm like, oh, I'm tired of waiting. So I called the CFP and I used the transfer to the CFO and I waited and I had to dial again, got through and they're like, oh, how long have you been waiting? I'm like 2 months. Like, okay, we'll just do it right now. And just silence because they put me on hold. And I just went and did them. And then like, yeah, you have 3 more, but maybe if you call back, we'll do those on the next call. I'm like, that's an option? I could do that? So I did that. I called right back. And I called again and again and again. And finally I got another person. And they're like, oh, really? That's what they told you? Okay, whatever. We'll do them. Oh, but we just got this one yesterday. And we're kind of trying to do the old ones first. I'm like, oh, please, I'll just, this is it. I'm not going to buy any more. I pinky promise. And they just processed them all for me. So even the one I was selling, they processed. And then, yeah. And then I got the buyers and sellers transfer notice for the gun I was selling. I texted that dude. I'm like, hey, I got the transfer thing through. I'm like, where are you at? He's like, oh, I'm just in Edmonton right now. I'm like, okay, good. I'm in West Edmonton. He's like, oh, so am I. So like 5 minutes later, boop, there's your gun. Which was also super convenient. And then, well, I got all my transfers. So I emailed my transfer papers to the places that need to mail it, like Marstar. So they're mailing my Olympia, which I believe they sold out of. I feel like I played a part in that. And then I emailed Tenda about I'm going to call them my Tokarev twins because I'm getting 2 Tokarevs for $200. So those are coming in. And then I was able to go down to Tundra Supply and grab this guy here. This is a Jericho military police surplus in pretty good condition. Like that bluing does not look that bad. A little bit of wear towards the muzzle here, a little bit of holster wear, but really not a lot. And I tested a couple things with it already. So the mag it comes with does not drop free at all because it's one of these crappy 2-part metal plastic mags, and the plastic bit like catches on the inside of the mag well. So as soon as you're past that, it will want to fall out. But if you use a normal CZ magazine, well, then you're laughing. That's just fine. So I have a lot of CZ magazines for my Shadow, and they work in this just fine. So
Perfect.
the other thing that was interesting, this surplus one was supposed to be SA only, so single action only. So just keep in mind, I am clear. There's no magazine in here.
Yep.
So you press the trigger, it racks. You go like that. By the way, trigger feels great. And that's it. So I should be able to not press this and have it fire, but it's actually DASA. So I was like looking at the parts you need to like make it into DASA, and it's not that bad. You get like a sear and something else, and you're good to, maybe a trigger, and then you're good to go. But I don't need them because they already come with them. So don't need them at all. Yeah. But now I have kind of like a backup. If my kid ever wants to shoot like something that's in a CZ75, well, there you go. Black out the back 2 dots on that guy. And it's got a nice bright front dot there. Nice high profile sights are very easy to pick up. So I really like that. The grip is just practically the same as like your Shadow one. The weight on this thing, it's actually kind of chunky because it's got like a big integrated metal dust cover on this thing. So it's got some heft to it. I don't feel like it would be that bad if my Shadow frame ever broke and I was like, oh my god, what am I going to shoot with now? Well, I could just like turn around and use this thing, I guess. Maybe swap some parts into it. Maybe. I don't know.
I was going to say, yeah.
I don't know how many parts it'll take. Well, it'll take the magazines at least, and my holster and mags would be like a quick changeover. So pretty happy with that. Yeah. Goodbye. What else did I buy? No, I didn't buy anything else. I bought that 2-pack of Tokarev last week when I saw that deal on the show. I went camping and shooting. Oh yeah, I shot the black powder, the muzzle loader, a bunch more. That thing's a ton of fun. Had some friends and family shoot it. Shot it all the way down to like 50 grains of powder. So it'll go all the way up to like 110. And they're saying in the book like 70 grains of like for like an accuracy load. It ran like 50. Shot fine. Shot just fine. Shot some bottles. Blew up some apples. Like put some apples out on a rock at like 20 yards and just destroy them.
Nice.
Rotten apples. It's like
rotten apples.
Yeah.
I was going to say if you shot at them and it was not rotten apples, then you could have made applesauce and apple pie and just collect all the everything. Cider.
Yes, cider. Yeah. Well, that's the rotten ones, isn't it?
You let them rot.
It's not rot. It's fermenting. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Is that what the high class calls it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
It's fermented cabbage. It's rotten cabbage.
That would be sauerkraut or
Yeah.
yes. I'm also familiar with that as well. Delish.
Oh, I love sauerkraut.
Yes. I am going to Fort Mac this weekend, as we like to call it in Alberta. That's Fort McMurray. And I'll be doing a maple seed on Saturday. So Friday right after work, I'm like out of here. To do my 4.5 hour drive up to Fort Mac.
4.5 hours. That's nothing.
I know I can't complain to you. I know this.
Oh my God.
Doesn't stop me. I'm still going to complain, but I know that you can always one up me on that.
4.5 hours. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this time next week I might have like a couple more handguns, like 3 more, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, those number 11 caps, percussion caps work great. Oh, they work great. The musket caps don't quite get a decent seal over the nipple, whereas the number 11s that are like impossible to find, perfect seal. Even the number 10s, the number 10s were good too. If you can find those, and you have one of those Traditions percussion cap rifles, either one work great, and they light it off more reliably than the 4-wing musket cap things, which they're not made for. So makes sense. But
cool.
That's it for me. What about you, Kelly?
I did a lot. It's been 2 weeks since I've been on, so there has been some happenings. First thing that happened is I got my reg cert for my Shadow 2. Whee! So I still have to pick it up because I haven't had I've been away. So I still have to go pick it up. But I'm excited about that. It means I have my Shadow 2. It's official. So
Cool.
so May 31st was the announcement, and I got it a week and a half ago. Yeah, so that's how long it took, and I'm in Ontario. So just everyone else who's posting that they got their reg cert, that's how long it took. And I no
What was
longer.
your what was your reference number?
Oh, I have no idea.
You
I
might
just
have that. It would be interesting. I like to look at it because I think that's the number of like
if stand by.
restricted transfers they've had since.
Yeah.
It looks like 100,000. It looks like 100,000 pistols.
Yeah. Well, if I had known you wanted the reference number, I would have looked it up prior to actually coming on the show, but I didn't do that.
These things just come to me, and like I
Like
don't plan ahead, Kelly.
I know. I don't either. I literally came on the call or on the show just 2 seconds. I'm going, oh crap, it's 6:57. Certificate. There we go. Just hold on 1 second. Stand by.
Boy, the double action on this Jericho is not as good as the Shadow. It's not that heavy. I weighed it, and I think it was, I wrote it down somewhere, 10, 12 pounds, something like that. But boy, it's like pretty gritty the whole way through. Like there's lots of little like starts and stops. And
so which number do you want?
Just the registration. No, actually, you can't read that out on there. No.
Okay. Sorry. Well, geez, now I've looked it up, but I will send it to you. Maybe I won't. What can you do with that? Can you take over my life? Can I have like?
Wait! That's my Shadow 2 now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Damn. No. Anyways, okay.
I want 2 of them.
Oh, some of the other things that I did was Wednesday night skeet night. I went not this week, but I went the week before. I took up. So I have the Anatolian Defense, the 28 gauge over under. It's lovely. I put in so high host number 1, first shot, bang. Number 2, no bueno, didn't shoot.
No bang.
No bang. Okay. So I said, okay, let's put it in. I'm going to put it in the. So I only load 1 shot when it's single shot, and then when I do the doubles, I'll put in 2. So I went, okay, well, let me look at under. So I put a 28 gauge cell into the under and asked for pull, and yep, that one went off, and then it was no bueno after that. So I didn't know what was happening. I tried different variations with it, and it was just not engaging. So I actually, one of the guys that was at the club that night, he is somebody who's really good with shotguns. He took it apart, pulled it apart, couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. The firing pin was fine. Nothing was broken on the inside. It was clean. So I'm going to be giving it to one of my gunsmiths and see if he can actually find out what's going on with it, because it's still not engaging at all. So I'm not sure what's going on. So my Wednesday night skeet night, I got off 2 rounds. That was it. Not excited. We had a maple seed. I think I had a couple of maple seeds, but I don't remember if I told you about the last one prior to this. But we did have a maple seed at Lower Trent Valley. I just wanted to say thank you to Dave Landels, who's the president of Lower Trent Valley, for hosting us. It was awesome. We members sold it with membership. Russ Rodriguez, or Russ R, he is a sheep boss. That was his graduation. So I'm super excited about that, because I'm not the only Ontario sheep boss that's active. He's now going to be an active sheep boss as well. So that takes a little bit off my plate, and he can actually do events in Southwestern Ontario as well as Central GTA as well. So that's exciting. It means 2 of us are going to be going at the same time. I met a bunch of listeners. One of them is Archie. Hi, Archie. I gave him a patch as well. Went to Alberta, by the way. Alberta. I was in you last week. You knew that, right? Everybody, are the Alberta co-hosts. But I didn't actually get to see either of you, so I'm super sad about that. But I spent most of my time in the Toronto airport on Friday. We were 7 hours delayed. I think they didn't. I don't think they actually had pilots because we didn't have a plane. And then we had a big plane where they put all 3 flights that were going to Calgary on the same plane. So I think they had to make up for no pilots. So I spent the weekend. What?
Could you imagine the discussion in behind the scenes? Okay, we don't have pilots. We're supposed to take 3. Why not use bigger plane? Oh, I think that's a good idea, Jimmy. We should do that. Hey, Bob, you want to fly this big 747 and take all the Calgary people? Yeah, okay.
That's exactly the behind the scenes that was happening. We could have taken a direct flight from Ottawa, and we decided not to do that. We decided to go from Ottawa. So I went to, as I said at the beginning of the show, we went over to Tracy's place on Thursday night. We took a plane from Ottawa, and we were going to Toronto, Pearson, picking up one of the ladies from Toronto. She got on the same flight with us, or was supposed to get. And while we were in the middle, it's 45-minute flight from Ottawa to Toronto. While we were in the air, there was notifications that were coming in. You're 2 hours delayed, and then it was you're 4 hours delayed, and then it was you're 7 hours delayed. So, yeah, we were trying to figure out because we were supposed to do a meet and greet at the Shooting Edge and Calgary Shooting Center. That didn't happen. We were supposed to meet we were supposed to go to the Airbnb, but prior to that, we were supposed to buy groceries for the weekend. That didn't happen. And we were supposed to meet all the ladies that were coming in to do the photo shoot for the CCFR Gunny Girl calendar. That didn't happen. So we had a fantastic team that were helping us out. And I wanted to say thank you to Janine. Janine's one of the ladies from Lady Guns and one of my co-hosts on She Shoots. So she actually was our team lead and was in our place while we weren't there. Then we also had a couple of other ladies, Amber Lynn and also Jenny as well. And they helped out. They met everybody. They kept everybody fed. And that meant that when we arrived at 7:30 at night, oh my God, it was fine. She Shoots podcast. So don't forget, She Shoots podcast on this Tuesday. It's going to be with Kate McQuarrie. Kate McQuarrie, she testified with the Senate hearings for C-71, but she's also somebody who runs the women's shooting program in PEI. But what we're going to be talking about this episode is going to be about conservation and also the ecosystem and how hunting and shooters are taking care of it and how important that is to our sport and how people need to know about that because we're not people that basically ruin our ecosystem. Conservation, we actually are the people who support it as opposed to deplete that as well. So I think it's really, really important to talk about that. I think that it's important to talk about that from a female perspective as well. More women understand that, the more that they'll get into the hunting and all that. So yeah, I got a bunch of guns. I got a bunch of guns from, as Adriel said, he got some guns from Canada's gunstore.ca. I got a bunch of guns as well. So we have loader rifles for upcoming Maple Seed events. I'm super excited about that. They're sitting in boxes currently. I've not unboxed them because I don't have time to unbox them. I literally picked them up yesterday. So
I'll in boxes next to me. The scopes came with rings though, so I think
I'm excited about that then because I'll just put them on.
Done deal, right?
Yeah. So speaking of rifles, oh my God. So the rifles have been used and abused. My personal rifle, which is the Grey Birch Solutions rifle, it has been used at every single Maple Seed this year. I haven't cleaned it in forever in 2 days because it just sits here while I do other things while I'm supposed to be cleaning it. I've run a boar snake through it occasionally to clean it. Slapped on some oil and all that. The Grey Birch Solution one is fantastic because when I went to go and clean it, I took everything apart. The Timmy trigger cassette, oh my God, that was just horrific. I sprayed it with Break Free and then cleaned it all out. But the 1022 I had for the youth, oh my God, it was horrible. It took me 2 hours to clean it. I broke everything down. I had to take the trigger group apart, everything. But I was so thankful. The Greybush Solutions, even though the trigger itself was dirty and it was pretty dirty as well, it still was running like, it would run. It was reliable. Same thing with the little 1022 too. It was pretty reliable too. But it is now spanking clean, and it was good to do that. It bothered me that I wasn't able to do that. And for those that have been asking, I've been posting stuff about TACCOM. I will not be at TACCOM. I can't go. This year, I'm really sad about it. Normally, I don't go to TACCOM when it's this time of the year. And the reason is because it's also the same weekend as Meaford. So I'll go to Meaford and help out there because there's less people to help. Whereas TACCOM CCFR booth usually has less people. But I'm not going to be going this year, even though Meaford's not on, because we have one of the girls from the Gunny Girls, one of the women's programs. She's getting married on Saturday. And so I volunteered way back when, before TACCOM was announced. I volunteered to help her with her wedding and setting up and all the decorations and go to the wedding, and I'm happy and excited to actually celebrate with her, so I won't be at TACCOM. But I wish everybody who is going a really great time. Enjoy it. I really enjoy it because I'm not sure if there's going to be one next year. So yeah, that's me. That was a lot, wasn't it? I've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah. You've
Yeah.
gone for 2 weeks and you're pretty busy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I do some stuff.
Some stuff and things. Yeah.
Mo and Kyle last week were, what is she doing? I don't know. She's doing, what isn't she doing is what the comment was.
Yeah.
That's probably true, but anyways. Okay. Half year up.
Not a lot. It was way too hot Saturday and Sunday to go out hunting and spend time in the bush, but did make it out on Monday morning. Went out for a little bit of a walk, got onto some nice trail, but found a nice wallow for some elk. Buddy took me out to an area that he had been going that was nice and close to town, but my ankle started acting up on me, so that was great. We left there and decided to go check out a spot south of town that it had been a couple of years since we had been, and it's about 2.5 hour drive. Really nice area. It's starting to get into the mountains, but holy cow, it has become very popular. Because on the drive down there, we passed probably, I would say, half a dozen campers on their way back to town. And we got down to the one spot where I was really wanting to check it out, and it's right down by the river, perfect camping spot, everything. And we just pull up to what used to be the trailhead, but they've actually fixed the road so you can actually drive all the way down now. But there was like 5 trucks parked there with trailers and everything. So yeah, that was great. That area is pretty much out of my mind, except for there's a little bit spot where I can go where it's off-road vehicle only. So if I grab the side-by-side, then drive back and basically access to a whole slew of more area that you can't just drive to. So that was last weekend. This weekend on Saturday, we are having the Ronald McDonald Shoot for the House charity shoot at
cool.
Wapiti Shooters Club. So that's one of our biggest events for people-wise shooting coming, and I think it's actually one of their biggest fundraisers.
How much do you typically raise?
I'm not the one to ask on that.
Okay.
I know they raise a ton of money, and I think this is the 10th anniversary, so there's a bunch of bigwigs coming out to check it out, and they've been asking how the crew makes what they make at this match. Like, we don't do the organization, we provide the place, and we make sure the targets are out there and everything. But so I'm gonna be out there filling targets throughout the day, and
That's
I think
awesome.
Crystal's working the bar for during the auction. The auction is always really interesting. You'll see a blanket, a homemade blanket, but a blanket go for over $1,000. So,
Oh,
and then get donated back. So
Oh, really?
it's wild. You don't go there to get something for budget. Everyone's just throwing money out there at these auctions, and a lot of the stuff like the blankets do get donated back to the house for use with the families and that.
the
so.
kids to use or the families
Yeah.
to use. That's really a great idea. Why
Yeah.
didn't
Oh, it's a awesome event, really big deal for our club, and it's just big deal. Period. So
Why don't we actually put that as maybe potentially a guest, and we can
I
talk
was
about it?
gonna
And
talk to you after the show and mention I'll go talk to the organizer this weekend and try and get him on for next week, and then
Yeah.
they can talk about this last one that they just did.
that's fantastic. What it means is, community outreach, and we're showing. And then if we can share it as well, share it through social media, it will,
Yep.
one, promote the shooting sports and the community outreach that does happen. But not only that, maybe it could also, people who are listening or watching, etc., they can plan their own events. And I think it's a really worthy cause.
Yep.
So fantastic.
Yep, I was already thinking I'll talk to Greg this weekend, try and get some time to drag him aside from his duties and talk him into coming on.
Okay.
And with that, hopefully, maybe I might get out Sunday because this is actually the last weekend of archery hunting season. So next week, I actually got to get my rifle out to the range and make sure it's sighted in, because Saturday is the opening of rifle, except for my
Mhm.
moose. My moose is still good till the 23rd, so
So what tags do you have?
everything.
Everything.
Quite
Okay.
literally, I have everything. So I got my archery moose, my general elk, which during archery season allows me 3-point or larger antlered or antlerless. It's just, well, depending on the zone. Some zones are 6-point zones. But it'll be just antlered during the general season. I have my whitetail, supplemental whitetail, which gives me 2 does. I have my muley tag, which I have to drive a couple hours to get to the zone to hunt that general. My game bird, which is grouse and everything like that. And I have my supplemental bear because I already shot a bear. So I have my supplemental bear. And I'm debating on going and get my goose, but I don't know. I don't know if I will or not.
Well, why the hell not? You got everything else.
Yeah, it's just time to
Like-
go out there and actually go for them.
I know.
Time and place. The goose is a little harder because I don't have a boat to go out on water, and so basically you gotta be on a farmer's field and
Make friends.
debating it. Yeah, make friends. I'm debating it, but I'm trying to fill the freezer, so I might just focus on the big game.
Okay.
But that's what I've got.
That's what you did in guns this week? That was a lot.
Was nothing in guns, but
Well,
stuff.
related.
Yeah, yeah.
It's archery season, so I'm not doing a whole lot in guns.
That's true. But it's
Sometimes we
technically.
talk about bows. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
What
All right.
kind of draw weight are you using?
I'm sitting about. Well, I have my bow maxed out at 70 pounds.
That's
I want to get an 80-pound bow, but
Why? Just gonna
Why?
put more energy into the back of the hill behind the deer.
yeah, but I'm
Be
going after like
fascinating.
moose and elk.
Well, okay.
Now, that being said, you are right, because I have taken moose with like 50, 60 pounds from 50 yards away and was just with good broadheads, just fine penetration.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
they
yeah.
sail good. They
Yeah.
cut good. They don't really need a lot
I
of
use
power.
heavy arrows too. I'm not a fan of super lightweight arrows. I think I'm running. My arrows are over 500 grains, so
I have
it's,
no idea what mine are.
it's heavy for arrows. So
Cool.
yeah,
All right, let's get into events. Events are not sponsored currently. I keep wanting to say what it is, and it's like I'm stopping myself. So events are not sponsored currently. Some of the events that are happening, Project Maple Seed events. So we got Fort Mac. Are this spaces still available, by the way? A drill.
There's one space available.
Okay. People can still register for it. Lennox Marksman Association as well in Nova Scotia, September 16th. You can register for those. There's a couple other events available with spots still available. Go to mapleseedrifleman.com. Register today. TACCOM is going to be happening September 9th, 10th, and 11th. So this weekend. Go on over there. And so that's tomorrow. Starts
Yeah.
Thursday. Or sorry, Friday. Oh, go out on the main stage. Go and check what's available. There's different talks, master classes, etc. Go and have fun, enjoy. Battle of Alberta, when was that supposed to be happening? It's match is canceled, but I'm not sure when it was supposed to
That
happen.
was a long time ago.
Why don't
Yeah.
we remove that then? And then, or Ontario Rifle Association, contact Dave. There's still stuff happening. I did listen to the show last week when he was on. He was talking, was he on last week or the week before? When he was talking about going out to the match, and he had the best time ever, he said. Best time ever. In a
Yeah,
long, long
it
time.
looked like it from the pictures. He was pretty happy to be back.
Yes, I'm watching as I'm assuming this is oh god. Ladies Days. If you would like to have a Ladies Day sponsorship, reach out to me. I'm part of the women's program of the CCFR. You can send me an email here at slamfightradio@gmail.com, and or you can send an email to info@firearmsrights.ca, and they'll forward it to me about sponsorship for a Ladies Day. The more ladies that get into shooting, the more that we can probably keep our guns. Speaking of ladies, you like the segue?
Yeah, it's very
Speaking
smooth.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Speaking of ladies, Adriel, would you want to type in what you just typed? I mean, do you want to talk about what you just
Well, I
typed?
guess what we all are thinking now, right?
I was. That's all I'm.
No
seeing.
comment.
All I'm seeing currently on Facebook is what did I miss? What did I miss? Obviously, I missed the monarch dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
London Bridge has fallen. Yeah.
Yep. So
Queen is dead. Long live the king.
Yep.
No,
we all
No.
knew that.
sorry. I'm okay with the matriarchy. Not okay with the patriarchy.
Okay. You
Time
know.
to become a republic.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that
Well,
puts us on another list, so I'll stop it there.
that is correct.
We got more angry comments coming now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are a couple of people who are like really into the monarchy, really into the monarchy.
Oh yeah. No, there are. And
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in the military, if you're in other government services, you swear allegiance to the Queen. We will be doing now swearing allegiance to the king, and it's important. But I also know that the monarchy also has some, or patriarchal. Anyway,
It's the new king of Canada.
correct. So okay, we will no longer be singing "God Save the Queen."
Oh,
a new
dude,
song.
I haven't been singing that lately. I don't know. Have you?
It is
That's
standard.
weird.
It is. It's part of the standard repertoire if
shower
you're
or
in the
something, or-
in the military or going to school or anything like that.
okay. They don't sing
Oh,
in
there we
school
go.
anymore
Oh.
either.
What?
They don't sing in school anymore either.
They do, and if you're going to military school,
Okay,
which I did.
that's
Can
not
you-
real school.
Can you tell? Thank you.
1 + 1 = bayonet. That's not real school.
That's not the school I'm talking about.
Math is just like ballistics. Phys ed is like running and
Well, we teach that. We teach that as part of our program. We talk about ballistics and calculations of angles and
Mhm.
all of that type of thing. If we have kids on the line, I typically tell them, go to school and tell them that this is the stuff you've been talking about, how to make adjustments to your scope so that you're able to hit what you're.
what's 4 × 4? 24, 16? I don't know. Oh my god. You want to see like how rusty adults like basic math is? Go to a Maple Seed and go to the IMC portion of the program.
I know. Fractions? What do you mean we're talking about fractions and angles? God damn it.
Yeah.
Because
Indeed.
math. Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
Yay.
So, whether you like the Queen or not, she was the leader of our country. Now we have a king. Okay, we'll move on. CCFR legal funds donations. So, talking about the Queen and the government. Segue.
You're a master at this. You can tell you've been doing this a long
You're on
time.
fire. Yeah.
So currently, the CCFR is suing the government because of some legislation that has been signed off by the Queen. Yeah. So go on over to the CCFR website and become a member. 2, donate. 3, their recent shopping extravaganza, the ultimate shopping spree. They have a video there. They announced all the winners. I wasn't able to participate, but congratulations to all the winners. That's not being.
Sounds salty.
Yeah.
I'm going, damn it, I can't participate. But those that did participate, thank you very much for doing so. And then also congratulations to the winner. I'm not bitter. I shouldn't be bitter because you're helping me. You're helping me. I'm helping Animus. Okay. Get into new gun stuff. Again, it's not sponsored. I'm just feeling lost this week. New gun stuff. Adriel, take it away.
No, I just realized the Jericho lets you put the safety on no matter where the hammer is.
Really?
You can
Cool.
like put it on, and you're gonna have the hammer down and the safety on. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So many people get their first handgun and they're like, how come I couldn't put the safety on? I want the safety on, but it's like the hammer's forward. They can't figure it out. I like that you can do both.
Yep.
I think that's the way it should be. What am I doing? New gun stuff?
Yes.
Let's do that new gun stuff thing. So there's a couple of wild ones in here that I just want to show people. Let's do the share the screen part. And that thing.
That thing?
This first one is a good choice for a cheap 4570. It's the CVA Scout V2 stainless and black 4570. North Pro has these for $537. It's 4570 with a 25-inch barrel. It's like a folding stock kind of a thing. Yeah. I guess they have those. It's got a brake on it. It's going to be, I don't even think they would be that loud though. Because if it's a 25-inch barrel, 4570, that's like a pretty, like, you're not going to have like a ton of pressure at the end there. That's not really going to kill a lot of that recoil.
Yeah.
It's not a high pressure round. It's going to be a lot of power though. Anyways, I thought it was interesting. I have a bunch of 4570 that I reloaded, and I'm like, maybe I should buy it just so I have a 4570 gun, but maybe not. I don't know. G4C has the Beretta 1301 tactical 12 gauges for $1550. These are the 18.5-inch barrel ones. What choke did these ones have in them? I think that's one of the things you don't want with these. They've got ghost ring sights and a Picatinny top rail. Choke. Cylinder bore. Doesn't
Choke.
say.
I would
Doesn't
imagine
say.
it's got changeable chokes.
Yeah, I would agree with you. That looks like there must be something on the end there, but I don't know. If you want to shoot 3-gun or something like that, you need chokes. If you want like a defensive shotgun, a lot of people just go cylinder bore and don't worry about it. Speaking of shotguns, Tenda has new production 870s. So if you want one of that, I don't know who's making them, but they got them.
They got him.
They got them. More shotguns.
Or shotguns.
Tenda has the Canuck Solo. It's a 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 410 combo. You can get all three for $427.
Cool.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty neat.
That's really
Pretty
good. And it's
neat.
Canuck. Canuck's pretty good.
Mhm,
If
mhm.
you ask me, they are a pretty good product.
Breakage. Yep, they got those. Tenda also has the US AR Survival, the Henry versions. I think it's like the copy of the AR7. They're $399, which is a pretty good price for those. And then, okay, so you could get 3 shotguns for $427, or you could just buy your shotguns individually for $130 each. These things have gone down in price even more. So Tenda Canada has these Charles Daly shotguns that I just showed you that were sitting on my floor here.
Yep.
They're even cheaper now. So this one's down $10.
How did you feel about that?
Stabbed in the heart, if you want to be honest. Stabbed in the heart at
I was wondering.
$10. Like, yeah,
That's
but,
part of the shipping. It saves you the cost.
no, it's cheaper. It's even cheaper now. But yeah, I think if you buy like $250 worth of stuff from these guys, they do free shipping.
Free
so.
shipping.
These are the long ones. They're like, look at this 26-inch barrel. Like, who wants that? That's too long. 28-inch barrel on a 20 gauge. Like, my God, that's long. This is supposed to be like a folding, cool little like backpack shotgun. You can't do that with a 26-inch barrel and a 410. Too long. 28, too long. But once you get down here, you get to some like 14s. That's better. 20s. That's the one I got. Yeah, so they've got some of those as well. So if you're looking for an incredibly cheap shotgun, a semi-auto for $259. Yeah, they've got them. I can't imagine it's very good, but it's $259. Who cares?
It's probably
keeping along with-
going to function better than mine current one.
For a time, yes, it may. For a time, yeah. I found a lot of these like really inexpensive ones are inexpensive for a reason, like they
I know.
break and that kind of thing, and the failure rate's too high. Let's talk about something that's like a little bit weirder. Marstar has the Pedersoli Hauda Hunter double barrel percussion pistol, 20 gauge. These words,
Ooh.
like I know what they mean individually, but when you glue them together, they don't seem like they make a lot of sense.
It's like German words. They just
Yeah.
keep putting things together
Yeah.
and building. This one
Double
looks like
barrel percussion pistol, 20 gauge. And there's a shoulder
duels,
stock for it.
duels at midnight.
Yeah, I think this is like some pirate stuff going on
Yeah,
here.
that
but like
is
a double
interesting.
barrel.
Side by side, yeah.
Side by side 20 gauge shotgun for call it $1,300. Either shot or round ball with that 20 gauge. They are restricted because it is a pistol.
Pistol.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yep. But anyways, let's keep showing some weird stuff here. Frontier Firearms. They've got the Norinco 1897 trench guns. These are 12 gauge copy of like the Winchester trench guns.
Yeah.
Except these ones are $4.99, and the actions are not nearly as smooth as some of those old Winchester ones. I have a buddy who tried shooting one of these at a 3-gun match and didn't go particularly well. But they're cool looking. They are very cool looking. And when you need to be a pirate on the River Saskatchewan, yes, that's when you need that thing right there. Actually, both of these would fit the pirate motto very well.
Oops.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I've got for new gun stuff.
Awesome. Colin and I are playing with the buttons at the same time.
Yeah.
He clicks it on, I click it off. He clicks it on, I click it off. No main topic, by the way, tonight. Nobody prepped that. We're just happy to be
It's
all
my
back.
fault. You can blame. You can
It's
throw me under
not
the bus,
your
Kelly.
fault.
No,
No.
it is. It is.
Nope.
I had a guest. I didn't respond to the email. It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. It's really his fault.
I take
Okay.
accountability.
Why do we
Oh, yeah.
why don't we get into emails? Because we have a longer one.
Mhm.
And since we don't have a main topic and it's all Adriel's fault, Adriel gets to read this.
We all know who this is from.
Yeah.
This is from Spencer. Spencer sends in the longest emails, but they're always the most complete and they're always good for discussion.
I love his
Uh,
emails.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Hope all is well. I guess great minds think alike since I just bought one of the Ender 3D printers last week as well. Oh, that's why. Okay. So we were talking about Ender printers and he's
Yep.
replying about, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I thought we read this email, but no, it's
No.
a response to a discussion we had. Okay.
Correct.
Now I'm
Yeah.
all caught up. I had one of the originals and decided it made more sense to upgrade to the newer version than to try to do all the various upgrades to the old one. It's hard to beat them for value, and the community support for them is great as well. I do find it tough to believe that statistic you mentioned of 9% of seized firearms being 3D printed. I'm guessing they're conflating 3D printed with unfinished firearms like the Polymer 80 stuff. 3D printing firearms is probably a little bit too geeky for gang members.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Think so, Spencer, you're from the US. You also have to consider that from the US perspective versus Canadian perspective. We have a lot more geeks up here and a lot less guns.
Well, we don't have Polymer 80s anymore.
No, we don't have
We don't have
pol-
80% here.
Correct. So we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
So
able
there
to do
isn't
that.
really an option for like an unregistered handgun. So there is more motivation for gang members to try to 3D print these or make them DIY.
But the guys on Jane and Finch aren't really all that smart. It's
Other people that do it for them.
Mhm.
Enterprising meth heads
Correct.
or meth head suppliers. I'm also guessing the Tokarev with the safety you mentioned was originally destined for the US, since that was a required add-on for them due to some import regulations. I have seen them here without a safety, but the safety version is the one you usually see. And that I think you're exactly right. We have got a couple of shipments in of Tokarevs that had the safeties on them, and I think they were originally destined
That's
for the US. Yeah, exactly. The ones I'm getting do not have safeties, which whew, You can pull them off. In Canada, you just like you take them off. It's just you're left with a hole in the stupid side of the gun, so you got to like put a plate on it or a bubble gum or something like that.
Bubble gum.
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
tacky.
JB Weld.
You wouldn't do the ramen noodle fix to that?
Ooh, that's an idea. Yeah, yeah. Just to put it up on top of the grip so that it like looks like it's a part of the grip.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah. Spray paint.
look who you're talking to. Of course
I
he'll
know.
do it.
I know. And I can't wait.
You also mentioned the STV ammo you bought recently. I just broke into a case of that and shot some last week. It's not great ammo, but it works. I noticed the groups were a bit more spread out than better quality Gecko that I just ran out of, but it's the last of my $8 a box range ammo, so it'll do for now. I actually shot some a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed that is it really low recoil? It seemed like I ran it right next to some other stuff, and it seemed lower recoil, noticeably less snappy than some of my other stuff. So I think the stuff I've got is like maybe it's lower velocity or something. Anyways,
I don't know.
I got a bunch of it, so I could find out. I like how one thing I do like about it is the boxes are very tightly packed. I hate 9mm ammo that like takes like a big lot of space because I have so much of it. So like Blazer or something like that, like this is a lot bigger of a box. That other STV stuff like fits in like that much. It's just a lot tighter. It's packed as tightly as you can get it in there. Not great for like damage if you drop it or something like that, but I mean, I will a lot of it for the longest time. I just had all my 9mm. Actually, right now I have it like my reloaded stuff. It's in a Kirkland bucket, and I have a scoop, like one of them bulk scoops you get at like the grocery store, and I use that to like shovel into my box for the taken to the range.
I would like to see you use a scoop and then also those little baggies with the zip ties or the tags on it with it.
And a scale.
But yeah, I was gonna say you need the scale there too, and
for this match, I'll need about 500 grams of 9mm, and yeah. Where were we here?
On the gun front.
STV. Yeah, on the gun front, I picked up a Colt Anaconda a few weekends back. Both it and the new Python are really nice revolvers if you are into that kind of thing. I'm also trying to keep an eye out for one of the Ruger-made Marlins in 4570, but I haven't seen one yet. So people must be grabbing them as soon as they hit the shelves. Yeah, there was a gap in supply, and now like all the people who really wanted one, that T-Rex killing one, they had to go pick one up. Last, I just found out that I needed one of the new LC carbines Ruger just released to go with my Ruger 5.7 pistol. I wish they would slow down on the cool new stuff so I could catch up.
He literally just bought 2 new guns, and he has 2 on his wish list, and it's all within one email. It's like,
wow.
Wow.
I mean, some of us have like at times guns like that coming in. Yeah. Not fancy guns like that though.
No. Although, Maple Seed's helping you out with your hiding the new guns. You're welcome.
It's Maple Seed, honey. Yeah, it's Maple Seed. It's Maple Seed. What's my excuse next week when my handguns start coming in?
Pistol seed.
Yes. Pistol seed. Well, there is a pistol seed.
I know. Don't know.
I've been reading more on Reddit. I read the notices about it and like how they do it. I don't really like the Course of Fire. I don't really. It's totally not up my alley in terms of like a shooting sport. Yeah. But it's interesting. Like they have like a high ready and a low ready and like that, and you shoot like whatever your rounds are. It's just not it. I hate that kind of target shooting for pistol. With a pistol, I want to do action shooting. But
it's static and it's fundamentals. It's not. You're not going to do it. No.
Not my speed. Not my tempo. Not my tempo.
But it's good for people who don't know how to shoot.
Absolutely.
It's teaching them the fundamentals. It's kind of what Maple Seed is about, right?
Getting some accuracy
or Apple Seed, but they do have a pistol seed. And I keep getting asked about it. Not yet.
Well, for pistols in Canada, you can only compete. You can't carry a pistol, so it's not practical to train yourself on how to use it for defense. So like, and besides that, all of our handguns are like these big honking things that are kind of like not great for concealed carry anyways. So like, yeah, I don't really see the practicality, I guess, of doing pistol accuracy practice. Well, no, maybe
No,
there
it's
is.
about the fundamentals, learning how to do that, and then you can go and do maybe your black badge course. You'll be more.
My fundamentals is like have it in there and
Stop it.
go like that.
Stop it.
No? Okay. Trying to railroad this into like, does it apply to 3-gun? No, it's worthless. But I guess I have to broaden my horizons. There's other people shooting other kind of sports out there with revolvers and
It'd be nice
cowboy guns.
It would be
and,
nice
pirate guns, and
to hit the target, though.
the targets we have in 3-gun are real big. They're real big. They're real close.
Just shoot real fast.
Yeah, accuracy through volume. It'll be fine.
Fine.
No, like there's tons of people actually in 3-gun that like get destroyed by like a hard pistol shoot and a hard target or something like that. Anyways, that's it for now. Keep up the great work from Spencer. P.S. Sometime it would be cool to know how that CCFR calendar is made. I've bought them all over the years, and the amount of props, cars, guns, etc., and locations is amazing. It would be interesting to know how that whole process comes together.
A lot of sleepless nights. A lot of people are involved in the process. It does take us a full year to do it. And as I said, a lot of people are involved in the process. People are volunteering their time, their guns, their cars, we put out those models, call outs, and then we have people who say, hey, would you like some cool guns? Or hey, would you like some cool cars? Or hey, shoot locations. It takes a lot of planning. And the women of the CCFR, the team that we've built, this year we've added Anna McIntosh to it. So it's Tracy Wilson and Kelly Kincaid, as well as Tamara Latimer. And then I'm the project lead for the CCFR calendar. Yeah, again, it's a lot of work that does go into it, and I'm thankful for the great team that we have. And I'm also grateful when it's released in October, because we have a lot of people like Spencer who buy it every year. So thank you. And all that money goes directly back into our women's program. Also the sponsors as well. We have this, not also, without them, we wouldn't be able to do the calendar. The calendar itself is self-funded by the sponsorship, and yeah, all the money that is raised goes directly back into getting more women into shooting. So lots and lots and lots of stuff and effort is put into it. But yeah,
cool.
That's it in an overview. Short and sweet.
P.S. You should have the founder of Utreon as a guest sometime.
Utreon.
He's Canadian, and it sounds like that platform would fit into what you guys do pretty well. It seems like he's been on a bunch of podcasts recently, so I'm sure he'd be glad to do Slamfire. Great idea.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good
This is green light thinking. Yes. Green
we
light.
have 2 ideas already for main topics.
Yeah.
In
one show. Yeah.
One show.
Was the other one the pirate on the River Saskatchewan? Was that the idea?
Yes, him.
3
Yeah,
ideas.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
that's it.
I am going to keep you on because I want you to talk about the Cabela's link and how it's up and running again. So why don't you talk about that and why we use it, or how we can use it, and how it is helpful? And I want to add a little piece to it. After. So do that.
Okay, so Cabela's has their affiliate program going again, which means we have an affiliate link on our website. And if you want to buy something from Cabela's, just go click on that little link first, and then do your buying thing, and then they'll like give us some loose change, some pocket change, throw it at us.
Literally loose change.
Yeah, something like that. But and
pennies.
we get tracking on like what's purchased. We don't get to see your name or anything like that. We just see like purchases in there. So we will once a month mention what's been purchased, just because sometimes it's funny, it's kind of cool to see what people are buying. So we will do that as well.
We will not heckle you about what you bought.
No, I reserve my right to heckle. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's part of the fun. It's part of the fun.
It is. So there was a question recently about the Cabela's Outdoor Fund. Somebody was talking about it on on some social media about it not being used here in Canada and why should people support it. And the Cabela's Outdoor Fund, when you go to Cabela's and you make a purchase and they say, hey, would you like to round it up so that you can contribute to the Cabela's Outdoor Fund? You guys are familiar with that, correct?
Familiar with it. I've heard them say it.
Okay. So I wanted to give a little bit of feedback about that. I didn't know if our listeners or people that were watching the show knew that it is used here in Canada as well. Specifically, it benefits the She Shoots podcast and Ladies' Days that we're putting on, because that is actually, there's a grant for the Canadian University Shooting Federation. They get a grant for that, and a large portion of it goes towards the women's program, women's division, which is She Shoots. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody who do go to Cabela's, and they do round up, because it does impact shooting here in Canada.
That's really
Cool.
good to know.
Yeah. Like there was people saying it doesn't come back, and it's all American. That's really I shouldn't have used that voice. But it is used here in Canada too. And if you want to participate in the Cabela's Outdoor Fund grant, they're currently taking applications. So if, you know what? More Canadians apply for it, more people get the grant here in Canada. Go and do it.
Cool. And if you want
Yes.
to contribute to the Slimefire Fund, you just buy something using that link.
True.
And we'll heckle your purchase. Anonymously heckle.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Whoever bought this, oh my God. That's not even the right ammo.
But if you're in store, just round. Maybe. I don't know. Can you round up on if you're doing it through the website?
I don't know.
Let's research that. Okay.
Mhm.
Another thing that we're doing, we're changing the format. All these changes, I can't handle it. We're going to be talking about our Patreon sponsors, every one of them. So why don't we, Kyle? Why don't you read all of them?
Okay,
Who's
so we'd
currently?
like
Yeah. Sorry.
like to thank all our Patreon supporters. So we have Shane, Gavin, Jason, Richard, Brian, Scott, Ian, Chris, Stephen, William, Chris, Josh, Andrew, Mitchell, Cashlander, Nathaniel, Darren, Giovanni, Dave, Justin, Sean, two different Seans spelled differently.
Yep.
Charlie, Daniel, Kelly, Ross, Dustin, Kelvin, Corey, D. Weber, T. Dar, Malcolm, Marcel, Keenan, Dell, Ted, Scott, Josh, Colin, Jason, Spencer, Tyler, Richard, and Adrian.
Thank you very much for supporting us through our Patreon. We're going to recognize you every week. Maybe we'll do it through a different method, scrolling or something like that.
Byline, marquee.
I like that.
Ah,
Ooh.
Sounds fancy too.
it does sound fancy. Yeah.
Any Facebook messages that we weren't up on? Are you guys going to TACCOM? Affordable Optics and Rifles. We will not be at TACCOM. I told you. And I don't think you guys are flying in, are you?
Try to stay away from Toronto.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it this year.
There was a few people that are coming in from Alberta, but not this crew.
Wanted to go, but
yeah. So I gave my explanation and what we did at Guns this week. I'm going to be partying like a rock star. Well, Mike's going to be at. See,
Mike's going to be at TACCOM.
All the cool people will be. The other cool
just-
people will be at a wedding for their very good friends. Me. Okay. Excuse me. YouTube. There's a couple of comments on there.
I guess that's from last time.
That's from last time. You read that?
No, we
No?
didn't, because I just added them in there tonight, and they were in response to actually two of your shortcuts from that you cut out from your what you did in Guns. One was your Le Chassis takedown, and the other was your Kentucky rifle.
Why don't you read those then, Kyle?
Okay, so we got Mr. Fat Cat Man asks, does the Le Chassis come with a barrel? It shows one in the picture, but doesn't say if it includes one or not.
It does not come with a barrel. No,
No?
doesn't come with a barrel.
Okay.
There's various configurations that you can get though. I thought there was.
You can get the one with the action. The fusion setup comes with the
Correct.
barrel, and then there's one that's just like the whole rifle.
Correct.
since-
Okay, so you
from-
can get a Le Chassis setup with a barrel.
Correct.
The whole shebang.
Yeah.
Or shebang. Or you shebang. I like that. Or you can get it with just the chassis. Chassis. Anyway, whatever it is, Le Chassis. I can't talk.
Lashashi.
Le Chassis.
You can just thank you. You said it correctly. You can get it just that. You can get it with the barrel, or then you can get the whole thing. As Adria says, the shebang. So it just depends. Okay, what
And
about
then
Paul
we-
N?
Paul N had a comment about the Kentucky rifle, and he was talking. Well, Adriel was talking about the curve in the buttstock. It says, learn how to shoot it. That stock is designed to shoot it across body with the butt into your armpit. Check out Black Powder TV. That gentleman has a video out on how to shoot a Southern rifle with a crescent butt.
Seems
Very-
like the dumbest thing in the world. But okay.
I would like
Across
to know.
your body. Right on your bicep. Okay, great. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I would like to know why it was across the body. Is it because
If
you're
it
giving
forces
them?
a chicken wing, if like because there's like nothing to put on there, or you can go like this.
It gives them less your
I'll,
opponent less to aim at hit.
I'll watch the thing on. I'm pretty sure I watched the video on Black Powder TV, and it looked like crap when he was shooting it too. But I'll watch it anyways because
Something to do. You got lots of time.
I want to shoot it. I want to use it to shoot a deer. So I should probably like if there's a tip that this guy has that
That's
I'm
true.
not aware of. I should probably broaden my horizons.
I've got a question for you. Let's say you're using it to quote unquote shoot a deer, and you do use it, and you take a shot, and you miss,
Mhm.
and then you don't get a deer.
That's okay.
Okay.
Because I can start early, and I'll have chances later on in the year when I'll take out like my sniper rifle. That's good to
Okay.
500 meters or whatever. This is
Alright.
mostly like for close in stuff, and the area I'm shooting deer in, the deer aren't that smart. So if I miss it, I might be able to shoot at the same deer again later that same day.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering if you're going to get upset if you had one chance to take a shot and you're going to use that.
Nah,
No.
I've been hunting a long time too. Like I could go a whole season without shooting a deer and be like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the hunting's not about like killing a deer. Hunting's about like actually like hunting, being out and like looking for sign and enjoying nature and that kind of thing. So
That is
doesn't
correct.
make too much.
However, it's a super bonus if you do get something.
Yeah, I hunt to fill the freezer,
Hmm.
not spend money on meat at a store.
I think the meat at the store is cheaper in the long run.
When you look at it, it is
The
cheap.
gun and the ammo and the gas and the vehicle and the processing and the meat saw and the
licensing and
jerky
yeah.
and like this, it gets up there. The time, but
correct.
I just enjoy it.
Yeah, the whole experience.
Oh, yeah.
as well.
There's a couple of other comments on Facebook that we didn't get to yet.
let's
One guy
do that.
says, well, one guy, Mike says, pony up and buy the FL Sun Q5s instead of buying the new Ender 3s. That
Mm.
sounds like 3D printer talk to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually just searching that up to have a look at
Mhm.
myself later on.
Mr. Saunders is suggesting that Pistol Seed would be interesting.
And he can help.
You can run
I'll
the whole
hold.
thing.
I can hold him to that.
Mike was also saying they have those cool T1000 hit indicators. I'd imagine at Cabela's, maybe at Cabela's.
I think that was in response to Arcabella's talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are really cool.
I don't know what this one's in reference to. Just have the kids follow you with loaded rifles like in Mel. Oh, so I'm out hunting. I got the single shot over here. I miss, and the kids behind me are like,
yeah, right.
they hand me guns, and I just keep shooting.
Yeah. Here you go. Yeah.
Give me another loaded rifle, my son. Load this one for me. If I'm at that point, that deer's gone. But I like the
Yeah.
idea. The pirate reload. I can do I've got 3 Tokarievs now. I could pirate reload my Tokarievs and almost do a full stage, I think, at an IPSC match or a 3-gun match, as long as they allow me to pirate reload.
That's cool. All right. Any more comments? Yes. No, we covered everything. We'd love to hear from you. You can send us an email at slamfireradio@gmail.com, or you can, as obviously, you can comment on Instagram or also on our Facebook page as well, and we'll read it. So thank you for everybody who's taken the time to do that, as well as YouTube. What I updated this. I'm
not supposed to read that part. Wow, I didn't put it in italics.
It's
yeah,
not-
it's supposed
I
to
was
be in
gonna say,
italics.
It's not in italics. It's fair game. So we do have a couple
The
of new.
teleprompter, she reads it.
We do have a couple of new Patreonies, Shane C, as well as Gavin H. We need your addresses. So send us a slamfireradio@gmail.com email. I totally screwed that up. But send us your deets, your contact info. What's old
Yes,
school?
we need Shane's and Gavin's contact
Yeah.
info so I can mail you a patch, or let us know which Slamfire Radio host you're near, and they will give you a patch.
We'll come
At
see you.
the next thing that, although no deliveries, like personal delivery is not a part of this unless you're going to a match that we're going to, then it is.
Or in the area.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not driving 7 hours to deliver a patch.
Anywhere in Toronto, that's Kelly.
No, not.
If it's in Quebec, anywhere in Quebec, it's Mo.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I was gonna say Mo could take overflow on Ontario as well.
No, he's Quebec. And
Okay,
he-
fair
he's
enough.
All patches are in French. Le Slamfire, Le Slam Tier
If it's in Quebec, we have to
Radio.
technically we have to have French first, and it has to be in bigger font than the English. We're not going to do this in Quebec.
We just put an accent aigus over everything as you're like, go, this in French.
No. So, Shane C and Gavin, send us an email. We'll with your address, and we'll send you some stuff. Okay. Shout outs. Adriel.
Nothing this week.
Really?
I don't know. Is there something I'm forgetting? Shout out to the CFO for doing all my transfers. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like all my stuff rolling. That's gonna be
To the-
awesome.
To the person that you were dealing with at the CFO's office, you really want to give them a shout out because they did everything for you.
Indeed. Thank
Yes.
you, random people.
Who may be listening or not. Kyle, what about you?
I got nothing.
You got nothing. All right. I have a couple people, obviously, that I wanted to give a shout out. Shout out to Dave Landels, as I said, from Lower Trent Valley. Thank you to the participants that came out as well, and all of our instructors that were there. So Patrick, Greg, Russ, and myself, I guess. What else? Oh, to the ladies from the CCFR women's group, who have been working hard over the last little while, over the last year, actually. And then all the models who came out and everybody who helped out as well. I want to give a little bit of a shout out to J.R. Cox as well from the Shooting Edge for supplying some of the firearms for the Alberta shoot. So thank you. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, going over to Gun Owners of Canada. By the way, I haven't updated it recently. Kyle, have you?
No, we're like 3.2, I think. 3.2 thousand.
No, go over to the
Oh,
Gun Owners Canada. Have you added to
We're
Gun
there.
Owners?
No, I have not.
Okay,
I've
so we're
never I do have an account. I never go there for anything.
awesome.
No.
So if you're not looking to talk to Kyle,
I will start going there and posting the show up there. Yes.
okay, I'll catch us up, and then if you want to, we can talk after the show. Go on over to Gunners of Canada. Go give us a like on Facebook because we're over 3,000. We beat that library, and we have to pick something different. And we were looking at orphanages. What can we do? I'd like to get more likes than Pierre Trudeau. Not Pierre Trudeau. Justin
Him
Trudeau.
too.
There
Justin
again.
Trudeau.
Justin.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it possible? I don't know. Okay. Give us a review on Facebook or even just drop us a line. We'll read it here. Join the CCFR, obviously. See you next week. I like that, by the way. Good night, Mo. We miss
Good night.
you.
Good night.